All right, you guys, I'm testing this live. You guys know I don't do live, man. But I'm just testing my live. I said I was gonna start doing more live stuff. So just testing my live. Just testing, practicing. Practicing the live. All right, you guys. Hold on. This is all a practice. Practice run. Practice run. I never do live. So like I said, I'm just messing around. We're gonna create a track from scratch. I'm just testing my live. So when I start going live, you know what I'm saying? I got the vibe. You feel me? What's up? Uh, what's up to all my folks? Oh, let me see something, you guys. Sorry. We're gonna get to creating in a second. Um, okay, give me 1 second to just gather a few things and then and we're gonna get started, you guys. Let's see. What's happening? Anybody, everybody? We'll do this all the time. I probably try to do this more. Um, I actually don't like doing live, but sometimes it might be fun to do it. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let me see. It's kind of weird because if I could just figure out this other situation with this, I can figure out if I'm doing this right. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. All right, here we go. Let's get with it. Okay. Let's do something from scratch. Like I said, I'm testing my live. We're gonna use one of the kits that are on here. Testing my live, so when I go live in the future, I kind of know how it looks and how I have it laid out and stuff. So let's see what kit I want to actually use. On load up another kit too. Like I said, I like using the kits when I lay my videos and I talk about my kits. I like I like using the kits off of here because it allows me to show people how I use my hold on. Hold on. Okay. How I use my kit. So all right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My studio be vibing, y'all. Just be doing its own thing in here. All right, let's see what we got. So let's scratch from scratch. See what we got on the kit. Okay. Okay, I don't want that. Just trying to find a kid I like. Well, I like them drums. What's up, Brother David? What is this, Brother David? What is this, amigo? We're gonna do something from scratch. Hey, Brother David, I never, mi amigo, I never do any live. I'm just kind of vibing. I'm testing it out so I can start doing more live, you know. So that's what I'm doing right now, just testing it. So when I do more live, I know what it looks like and sounds like live. Hold on. I want that to go a little bit slower. What up? DL, what's happening, DL? Thanks, fam. You know, listen. These drums are, yeah. I have like, Brother David. I have like probably like 10 machines because I got the X, the Live, the 3000, the 2000, 2000 XL. I got mostly all the machines from back in the day. Slow that down just a little bit. I said I was gonna start doing live more, so I decided maybe this is a good time to start doing live. What the hell, right? Let me just start doing live every once in a while. Here we go. Yeah, let's build. So we're gonna use the kits that's on here and build my traditional thing, building from scratch. What's up? What's up, family? Is it Divanish? If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. I need my other glasses. I have two different prescriptions, but if I said it wrong, my apologies. I'm sitting here in the studio creating something from scratch. Let's go. Some hip hop right now. We're gonna see. Oh, let's do 4 bars. We're gonna take that back. 4 bars. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I gotta fix that. I don't even know if I want that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm showing people what you can do with it because all these sounds that I'm using are sounds that are on here. So I'll probably play some piano, but I'm not gonna, or some keyboard sounds. I'm not gonna do it now, but I'm gonna add it on. But I like to show guys, like, if you don't know how to play piano or none of that stuff, right? Lillian. Hi, Lillian. What's happening? Nice to meet you, Lillian. Listen, I don't know if you're subscribed to me, uh, ladies, but I would love to have your subscription. So you guys are subscribed. I'm sorry. I'd love to have you guys subscribe to my channel. It'd be cool to have your energy here. Um, Once again, I'm building a track from scratch. I'm using the sounds on here, and for those that are not members of my channel or that are not subscribed, please click that and click like on the video. Click like, and I'd never do live. It's my first live. I usually just do the videos and I'm gone, but I'm doing live because my publicists and other people tell me, "Oh, start doing more live. Interact with the people that support you." So I'm right here. That's what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna build from scratch, and what I'm showing producers and artists is I've been producing since the 80s. Since sorry, just trying to find some other sounds. See, now you hear that those piano samples. I could actually play those if I want to, but I want to show producers, like, if you don't play piano, right, and you got a great ear. Let me see. Hold on. What's up? What's up, brother Peter? Mars, what's happening? Did I say that right? Mars, what's happening, family? What's happening? I'm here creating a track from scratch using the sounds on the MPC, creating, just showing people how I create when I'm writing records for artists or myself. Um, just showing people you don't have to be a professional keyboard player. Although I know how to play keys, I play drums and all that, but you don't have to do any of that. All you got to do is have the spirit and the love of music. You understand what I'm saying? And this machine provides all the sounds you need. But if you got a creative mind, that's what makes a great producer or a great beat maker, even a great composer, is the mind. If you have that mind to be able to hear it and know how to implement it and take those sounds and make them happen, you don't have to play, because you can semitone. It's just like playing in the key of G or the key of A. You can go into your semitones and you can change those keys to fit what you're hearing in your head. You know what I mean? So you don't need to. I mean, although having music background does help, but I'm trying to inspire people and let people know there might be future producers that are watching this who think that maybe they don't have what it takes to be a producer, but you can use what's on here. I'm about to make a track with whatever's on here, whatever sounds are in front of me. I'm actually just going to take those, put them in a pot, of that pot like the soup, and mix it up and turn it into something, you guys. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Okay, I like that better. I like that piano better. Yo. Uh. See, I like it. That has a vibe. It's a vibe about it. Uh. Mm, mm. We're gonna lay the hi hat. We're gonna lay the triple hi hat on it. Here we go. In DL. Thank you, DL. Um, I'm gonna lay the open hi hat. Here we go. Open hi hat. Tell me if that's too loud for you guys. Yep. Uh, hey, but you know what? This could be like an R&B hip hop joint too, because I can hear some singing in my head on it too. I yo, see, I don't rap, but sometimes I'll mess around with the ideas because I can hear a rapper on it. It matter when it matters, it matters a minute, louder when you love, when you baby got me swinging on the mind because I might have to love him. See, I can hear a rapper on this with a little hook on it. Let me see what else I want to put on there. Y'all don't be laughing at me either. I don't rap, but I just be messing around. Hey, DL, thank you, family. Thank you, family. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, A Major Keys, you see what I'm doing? I'm taking them kits and we'll add some piano on to it too. What else we want to put on it? Hold on. Let me see. I think I might add some piano or something. It already has piano. Let's see. I know something. Let's lay that. And then we're gonna bring the volume down on it. We're letting this live audio from the Juno the Juno DS. I'm sorry, you guys. Live audio from the Juno DS. Yeah, there it is right there. The piano. Something dramatic behind that. I hate it's chopped up at the end, so I gotta replay it. What's up, family? Hey, beats like this. What's happening with you, family? Thank you for always locking in when you do. Ooh, my fingers are not acting right today. Some days that's why you got to do them finger exercises when you play with piano, cause and guitar too. My fingers be acting weird some days, and I don't have my foot pedal either. Yeah, yeah. My fingers are like this, y'all. My my fingers are like I'm trying to hit that chord, and it's like um. Hey, Major, yeah, family. Carter. Let me hear the beat. Yeah. Oh, let me play it for you. Hold on. I'm just figured out the piano. I'm not done with it yet, though. I want to replay that piano, though. I could do that, but that sounds better with that. and switch up and switch up to the next. Oh yeah, let's do it like that. Yeah. Let me see. That's the live piano. That's the thing about piano. Like if you don't do them exercises, man, hey Major, you know what I'm talking about. You don't do them finger exercises. Ay, 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 man, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, I like that. I'm just gonna bring it down in the mix, and then we're gonna do some other stuff. Hold on. So far, you guys, I'm loving 3.0 for all my Akai people on here. I'm absolutely loving 3.0. Everybody's been whining and complaining about the MIDI, but what I figured out they're probably doing is they're not going into the MIDI. And the way MIDI works is I'm thinking because they're hearing sounds. Some people are saying they're not hearing sounds. Some people are saying they're hearing sounds, but other sounds are playing. So the way MIDI works is if I was to pull out one of my MIDI modules right now and show you, you have to actually go into each channel and turn one channel off. So if you have 16 channels, you got multi-polyphony modules, right? It might play 32 sounds from that module or 32 from another module. It depends on each module if it has multi-polyphony, right? But you go into the module, you turn off that sound. So if I have four modules, here's an example. One module is on channel 1 and 2. I'm using that module for 1 and 2, right? And another module is on 3 and 4, another one 5 and 6. So this module here, I am not using those channels on this module. I need to go on here and turn all those channels off so that it doesn't conflict with each other. So if these play, it won't play here. You see how that works with MIDI? So you got to go in and you have to actually have to turn the volume down on the channels or turn them off completely so they don't conflict. Now MIDI hasn't changed in years. It's the same technology. It works the same way. So it's still going to work the same way it did back in the 80s, like what I'm saying now. So a lot of guys that's never used MIDI, that's what's going on, and they don't get it. They're like, "Oh, I can't hear anything," and then a lot of times they don't even have their monitor channel turned on. But what I'm noticing is with audio, you don't necessarily have to have it turned on, even though I have it off, which is weird. Usually, you have to put it on auto if you're recording, but for some reason it worked. But with MIDI, you definitely have to go in and assign the channel a MIDI channel. That's why you have MIDI channels. You see 16 of those MIDI channels for a reason because each channel is its own channel. So just remember that for all those that are having trouble with MIDI with the MPC 3.0 update. Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna see what else I want to add to this, you guys. Sorry. Let me see if I can. I was gonna use this. I found this sub, but I don't think I really like it. So what I want to do is go to Sub Factory and bring up Sub Factory, which is a plugin for all those that don't know what I'm talking about. Sub Factory is a music plugin, and I'm going to use that for the bottom. We're going to add some other things to it. Let's see what we got. So now when I'm creating an album, like I'm working on my album that's coming out, my single will be out in a week featuring Alan McNeil from the legendary R&B group Troop. sit here and I'm working on a record, and as soon as I lay the track, I dump it and I cut the vocals and I write it that quick. This album, if you don't know anything about my music, me as an artist, I am a funk soul R&B artist, former member of the Rick James Stone City Band. But I pride myself in my music because my music is really about the old school when it comes to my personal music. I'm not a rapper, I'm a singer. You can always go on Spotify, type in my name, Stone Paxton, and check out some of my records. Hold on. Here we go, you guys. I love this Sub Factory. Okay, hold on. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Austin? Right, DL, exactly, right. And this is what I'm trying to tell these guys, DL, because everybody's complaining and whining, DL, and just whining. I'm like, you got grown men whining, like, man, make a record, just hook it up, mess with it, learn it. I mean, back in the day, we didn't even look at the instructions. We would just get the machines and jump on them. Like, stop complaining, learn it. Saying Akai is messing up and Akai is these mistakes. Listen, they know what they need to fix. Trust and believe that. But as a producer, our job is to test it out. If you got complaints, you send an email to them. But get on the machine and make it work. Do work on records, man. I mean, I'm tired of hobbyists with all these complaints because most of the complaints come from people that are hobbyists. It's never from people that are cutting records because we're too busy cutting records and putting records out. We don't have time to, we'll say, okay, that right there is a problem, but we'll find a way to work around it because we're trying to put records out. You understand? We're producing for artists and ourselves. So we don't have time to be online complaining because that's people's lives. That's all they do is sit online and complain because they have nothing else to do, right? So we're in the trenches for the real ones, for the real cats from back in the day to really know about this music thing. They understand that we've always been in the trenches and we're about the work, man, and nothing else. Not about all that extra stuff and complaining and whining. Find a way to make it work and cut a record. Put some albums out. People want to hear good music, not good, not crazy talk. Hold on. Just trying to find a sub that I don't have to really do too much to mess with it. Here we go. I don't know if I like that sub. Oh, hold on. No. Now you can go in and tweak this, but right now I'm in a flow. Well, it's like a moog a little bit. Let me see something. Oh, I like it. Okay, I'm digging that. Let's go. I'm gonna take those last little pieces off. I don't like them. Let's do it again. No. got to do that again. We got to change the time signature up because I'm doing a triple time with that roll. Let's do it again. Well, let's do that again. Maybe not two. One more again. One more time. Shit, one more again. Let's see what else we want to add. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Cambodian Mystique, super producer Cambodian Mystique. You know I'm all about lady engineers and lady producers. So you guys follow the producer right there, the young lady Cambodian Mystique. Bambo podcast. What's happening? Bambo. What's happening with you? We sitting here creating live. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys hit like, man. Please click like on this, man. I mean, I would love that. Be nice to have a nice like on there. Keep the vibe going. Listen, for all you that are watching too, I forgot to tell you, make sure you catch Watch MTV on the 17th. Caught in the Act, Tammy Roman. I'll be on there revealing a little bit of my life. You know, I don't like sharing my personal life. For those that know me, it's hard to get me to share some of my personal life, but I'm sharing some of that on Caught in the Act on the 17th. You'll see me on MTV. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't, you know. But if you know me, you understand I'm a solid person all the way through. I love life. Um, I love great people, but I also love great women. And so you'll get a chance to see a little bit of my life that I'm sharing. So don't judge me. Just watch it, enjoy it. It's great TV, and don't trip off of it. I'm just sharing a little bit of my life, and yeah, man. Yeah, don't forget that. Okay. Okay. So listen, I'm loading another sound, some more sounds. Let's see what we got. So I'm laying another snare. That might be hurting you guys' ears, but I'm gonna turn that snare down some. Another snare to lay under the bottom. Here we go. Okay, hold on. What I am noticing about 3.0 is when you go from screen to screen, it does this little glitch thing when you're moving from one screen to the other. Now that I don't like, but I know that they're gonna fix that, so I'm not gonna trip off of it. But that's what I noticed. Take that off. Okay, lay that snare. And then sometimes, you guys, a lot of times when you're doing this stuff, all the producers on here, they'll tell you, less is more, and more sometimes is less. And you kind of got to know when that's it, because you want to leave room for the artist to be able to do their rap over or sing. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go too crazy. I'm thinking maybe if I put like a string, something like gonna carry it. Something's gonna give a little bit more movement. So I'm thinking about maybe. Let me see if we can. Not that. That's not what I want. Nah, we'll find it. Oh, wait, maybe that. Oh, let me see something. I like that. Let's lay that, and I'll bring it down some. One more time. Let's listen to it. I'll put some reverb on that, some chorus or something. Where's that piano at again, you guys? I need to bring that piano up a little bit. What's DL? Thank you for the subscribe, family. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Anybody else that subscribe, subbed? Sometimes you get tongue twisted. Thank you for the sub. Please make sure you hit like. I don't ever do live. If you think I should do more live, please just comment, do more live, and I'll start doing more live. Even though I don't do it, but I'm willing to do it if people are interested in it. I'm bringing that piano up. Yeah. Hey, don't laugh at me. I'm just freestyle. I'm only imagining a rapper on it. So I'm not a rapper. Disclaimer. But I can feel what they. I don't work with so many rappers. Some of the best. Corrupt, E40. I mean, you just name any West Coast rappers. I've been around them. I've done tracks on them. So I know the cadence now. You feel me? But I'm not a rapper. But I do love like imagining how they would rap to it. Decided with nothing, lot of love when the chat invited a minute. Decided when you got me. Decided with me nothing, love it with nothing. This can go any kind of way, really. Uh, uh, uh. Bring that hi hat down, some. When you got me going crazy, got me better. Hey, you remember what was that rapper's name? He hasn't had a album out in a while. I think it's Chingy. I can hear Chingy doing some stuff on it. Maybe. Lot of in love when you got in a minute. In my mind, tonight when you in and all the time, girl, got me crazy because you coming in the panic when you're and you're in and out of London Y'all probably like, dude, this dude is hilarious. Yeah, cause I just make beats for a living. Man, I love it, man. It's not when you're gonna feel it. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. Okay, so then what I would do then is, so I have the basic structure, right? So then I would bring the rapper in the studio. I would send this to E40 or whoever I'm going to give it to, whatever rapper, East Coast rapper, whatever. I send it to them. Then they might hit me back with like, okay, Stone, make it longer, or can you make it shorter? Or can you break down that a little bit more, put that back in? Typically, I already know what they want because I've done this enough. So I already have the bars broken down. Some cats like 12 bars. Most West Coast cats are on the 16 bars. They'll do 2, 16, and an 8. A lot of East Coast cats will do the 12 bar variables and stuff for the 8 bar chorus or 4 bar chorus. So it just depends. And then I'll finish it and I might throw a hook on it. Like I just did a track for D Shot, and that track has Keek the Sneak on it, featured with another artist that D Shot is behind. If you don't know who D Shot is, that is E40's brother from the Click. So I produced the song Love and Trust with Alan McNeil and I. Once again, Alan McNeil and I singing on the chorus. It'll be a video for that, and we'll be in the video. But the track I did on him, I'll do a unpacking of the track once he releases the album. He hasn't released it yet, but when he releases it, I'll do a unpacking of that track and how I created that. But I'll send tracks out, or I'll be on the phone with them, and they're like, "Okay, this is how many verses I need." I might shoot it to them, and then they'll hit me back, and they'll say, "Okay, Stone, make these changes." Or I love it the way it is, and can you mix it? Now I mix, but a lot of times I kind of shy away from mixing because I don't like to do the back and forth thing with mixing, because when you're dealing with mixing, you have to deal with people saying, "Oh man, turn that up, turn that down, change that, change this, do that." And a lot of times I don't. You got to have a lot of patience to be a mix engineer for other people. For myself, I'm cool. For the artists under my company, I'm cool, no issues. But when you take on mixes for other people, you also take on that energy. And a lot of times I'll back up. So when I did the Welcome to the West record on recording artist Mila J, which is Janae Aiko's sister, Matt Lyon called me and asked me to mix it. And I was like, I was trying to get out of the mix. So I was like, oh man, yeah, I think I told him I don't mix, but that was a lie. I think I told Lion, I don't mix, Lion. And he was like, okay. So he ended up getting it mixed by this incredible engineer by the name of Tech Orion. Now, here's the crazy part. When I did the track on the MPC1 for Mila J, Matt Lyon loved the way it sounded. He felt like it was punchy. He felt like it hit hard. It sounded like a record. And he didn't want to change that mix up. So a lot of times as a producer, when we do tracks, we'll get these incredible mixes that sound awesome that a lot of times the artists don't want to change it up. Rainbow podcast still holding down. What Austin's today, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Listen, so a lot of times they'll hear the track and the vibe of it sounds so good that the artists they don't want to change the vibe of the music, right? So when just like D Shot laid the vocals and he called me back and said, "Can you mix it?" because he heard how I mix my vocals and the music with me and I mean the vocals that I did, me and Alan, and the music, and he didn't want to mess with the vibe. And I was like, oh man, I'm really trying to mix it, man. And the same thing with Mad Lion. He called me. I think I told him, like I said, I think I told him, oh man, I don't mix, but I think he knew. Stone don't want to mix this, but he got Tech Orion to mix it, and it turned out incredible. But I did that on the MPC one, and it's if you go listen to Welcome to the West, it's incredible production, simple, silly production, nothing over the top, but it was funk. It was that real West Coast funk, and I did it like I said on the smaller MPC. But so you, as a producer, a lot of times you kind of got to know what to put in it, what not. You kind of gotta be a mind reader, a psychologist of music. It's not just the music, but psychology with people. And mixing, I rather only really mix my own records. Although if somebody hits me up saying, "Will you mix my record?" I'll mix it because my mixes are great. I'm not, toot my own horn. But I usually tell them, listen, let me do the mix. Don't bother me, and then I'll send it to you. And whatever you don't like, then say. But I'm not going to send you 32 versions of it. I'm going to send you because if you hire Stone Paxton for a mix or production, you're hiring me for my sound. And so I think when you hire a person for their sound, you don't supposed to kind of mess with that. You're supposed to allow that to happen because that's why you're asking them to produce or mix the record, right? So I'll cut a record like this, and then the simple shell like this, I might just lay it like that. And then I'll dump it into Studio One or Logic or Pro Tools. And then I might add other keyboard parts, pull out some other keyboards. I might pull out the guitar, add some other stuff. And if the vibe is there, because really what I look for in records is the groove. If the groove and the vibe is there, and of course the melody, but if you got the groove, groove and melodies dominate, but groove's gonna always dominate no matter what. You can have a groove with a whack melody and still people gonna, they're gonna get up and dance, right? So the groove, if you got the groove and the melody, it's a winning combination. So I always work on making sure that my music has a has an emotion, like in a relationship, like you're in a relationship with somebody. There's an emotion that you carry over to that person that allows them to really connect with you, right? Music is the same way. Like my connection with this is the energy that I give that allows people to hear it and go, "Oh man, I feel it. I feel that here." Right? You always talking, and people, black folks. One thing about us, we feel music. We be like, "Yeah, I feel it right here." Right? So it's really that. Like it's a soul thing. So you feel the music in the soul. So as a producer, we're have to be able to emotionally project music off to the listener, to the person on the other end of the speaker, right? And once again, this is simple. I think I did this, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, simplicity. The biggest hits are simple. It didn't take a lot of time. It shouldn't take, I know guys that take a year to produce a record. And it's retarded to me. And I'm not making this up. I know guys that I've talked to, and I'll talk to them in January, and I'll talk to them maybe July, and I'm like, "Hey, man, is that single out?" "Yeah, man, we still working on it." You know what I'm saying? So it's confusing. It's confusing to me when guys take 6 months, and I met people. I said, "Man, is a single out?" They said, "We still working on it." I said, "Bro, it's been a year." So it's like it shouldn't take time to create greatness because it's a gift from God. God gives us the gift of music, the higher vibration of the frequency that He gives to us to create something out of nothing, like magic, like me doing this, and boom, I just produced $1 billion in my hand. It's that element of spiritualness that God gives to musicians, and they create, and that's why it's so special, because literally we're creating something from nothing, like magic. We're sitting here, and then boom, here it is. Here's a song, and everybody's freaked out and amazed, like, "Oh my God, wow." And then go in the mic room and sing something, and that's incredible too. So I understand the gift that I was given. So I always try to push other producers to be responsible for that gift. Don't worry about being perfect. Just worry about the feeling. If the feeling is there, you're not doing anything wrong. It's all about that feeling. If the feeling's not there, then yeah, maybe you might want to go, okay, if the feeling ain't there. But if the feeling is there, the feeling feels right, don't question the feeling, because you're never going to be wrong with the feeling. That's a higher power. You know what I'm saying? The feeling is the higher power telling you that it's right. And if you operate that way, because honestly, I'm not making this up. For those of you that have never heard any of my records, I promise you, if you go to Spotify and you go through my records, and I've just pulled a lot of my catalog off because I'm reissuing it, because I probably had over, I don't know, maybe 60, 70 records on there, but I pulled them off because I'm remastering some and throwing them back out there again. So, but there's still a lot of records out there. But if you go on, because my catalog is crazy, but if you go on there, pick any of one of my records. Just, you can do a random, like, okay, let me just one, two, let me pick that. And I promise you, you'll come back to my YouTube and you'll tune in, or every record that I put out, you'll be listening to, because you're going to hear the authentic realness from here. Not just the music, but the lyrical content that I talk about, my melodies, everything. The essence of my music is real. It'll take you back in time when music was heartfelt, when music hit you like that. That's what I mean, you see me doing hip hop, but if you listen to my R&B stuff, you'll be like, R&B funk, you're gonna be like, wow. I mean, my man really be on it. But that's because I've dedicated my life to this. So I do all styles of music, jazz. I mean, I do everything. But I like having fun with my hip hop, because I like getting on here just messing around with the hip hop stuff to show the young cats that, hey man, I still got it. I'm 54, but I look young, but I still know how to get that. I still know how to get into the trenches and hit that sound, you guys. But I dare you to go to Spotify, and even here on YouTube in the topics page, you can go put in Stone Paxton topic and all my records will come up. But I dare you to go listen to a Stone Paxton record. I promise you, you'll be addicted and you'll be hooked, and you'll be asking me, when is the next album and single coming out? By the way, the next single will be next week, I think, and the new album is coming this month. Let's get it. Hey, listen, I know I do a lot of talking, but it makes sense. There's a cadence to my conversation. Yeah. Okay, so that's one. So let's say I'm running a marathon of music, right? That's one track. I like that shell. I print that, send it to the artist. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new track, right? Start on a new track now. We're going to do a whole new track from scratch again, just to show you how I work. I'm just pulling up a random kit on here, trying to find a random kit, something I like, something I feel like I can work with. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna build another track from scratch, you guys, right? We're doing what's today? Friday? I was gonna say two for Tuesday, but it's not Tuesday, so we can't do that. So we're gonna do thanks, Mystique. So we're gonna do two. So let's see what we got. I think I used this before on another beat, but we're gonna still do it again. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Now that last one note, I want to change that note a little bit. Tune that up a little bit. Okay, there it is right there. Here we go. All right, drums. Okay, let's build it. Hi-hat. that's nasty. Here we go. Hold on. I get excited. So you hear me doubling my words. I just get excited in my head sometimes. So laugh at me, but don't laugh at me. Here we go. Building another track from scratch, you guys. Friday, we call it two for Friday. We can't say Tuesday because today is Friday, but so two for Friday today. Two for Friday. Here we go. Huh. More sounds. Triangle. I remember in high school. In high school, I played drums. So I've been playing drums since I was like 5 or 6 years old. No joke. In church, I was a drummer, right? So I remember in high school, I was so annoyed. No, elementary. No, middle school. Because I've been playing. No, I was in band. They had band in elementary back then. So I started in elementary. Correction. Because I remember my aunt put me in band. So, but what I hated was as a percussionist. For any percussionists that are listening to me talk right now, um, what I hated was as a percussionist, they gave you the corniest things to play. Like you wanted to play the whole drum set, but when you're learning drums, they don't give you the whole set. You don't really get to experiment with the whole drum set unless you're in high school or even outside of high school. Because in high school, I played the quads. It was the drums that wrapped around me, right? So they they would give you the weirdest stuff. Like I had the cowbell, right? I had the woodblock, and then the cowbell, the one that I'm playing now. The triangle, ding. That's not the cowbell, but the woodblock, yeah, the cowbell is different, but the triangle, ding. This you might not play it on every measure, right? It might be a 30-second bar, and you ding, and that's what you play during the whole song. And then it migrated to me playing the bass drum, boom, 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 right, boom. That was attached to me, strapped to me, with and I played that, right? And I hated that, man. I couldn't I could never stand playing that in band. I wanted to be cool. I felt like being cool was like playing the drums that wrapped around you. To me, that was like cool. And I was like, man, I was trying to be cool, right? Even though I was a nerd. But I was like, dang, man. I used to tell my teacher, like, can I play the quads? He's like, no, you can Paxton, you're gonna play this is what you're gonna play, that and the triangle and the bells. So the xylophone. So I played the xylophones too. So I remember when I was like, call me on my damn lie. Um, ain't that crazy? So I remember, I'm sorry, damn that I hate that interruption. My apologies. So I remember did that cut my live off? I can't remember if I'm still on live. Am I still here? You guys still see me? Hold on. I guess I am still live, right? Sorry, you guys. Somebody called me and messed up my whole game. Anyway, back to it. Okay, so back to my conversation. It's showing like I'm not on live anymore. Uh, I'm good, DL. Okay, cool. DL say I'm good. Says I'm good. Okay, so listen. So I got to get back to what I was saying because that little shit just messed me up. But so anyway, I hated playing. My aunt used to say, "Listen, if you're gonna be in band," she used to say to me, I was like, "Bro, I swear to God, I was 7 years old. I remember 7 or 8, and anybody on here watching, if you know what xylophones look like, they're the bells, the silver bells for all my musicians or anybody that's seen it. They're the bells. You ever see in the parade with the guy will have those bells, those metal plates wrapped around him. Those are the xylophones, right? So the case was about, I kid you not, the case was about 5 feet long. No joke. 4.5, 5 feet long. I think at 7 years old, I was about that tall or less. I was a little dude. But man, I swear, my aunt used to say, "Well, if you're gonna be in band, you got to carry this to school." And I was embarrassed because all the other people, all the other kids in band had the cool instruments like the saxophone and drummers. We carried the drumsticks, but so I was like, "Why? I'm a drummer. Why am I carrying this big, lugging this big case to school every day?" And I think my school was at least, this is no joke, about 10 blocks away. So as a little dude, you got to imagine, I was carrying that, and that thing had to weigh about 45 to 50 pounds in the 80s. No joke. I'm not making it up. You can look it up on Amazon and see how much xylophones weigh with the case, right? Had to be 45, 50 pounds. I had to be, because that shit was heavy. But my aunt was like, "Well, if you're gonna be in band, I bought this instrument. You're gonna carry it to school. I'm gonna get rid of it, right?" So I carried it to school, even though I didn't like it. I still played it through the years, and then finally, when I got into middle school, was when they started allowing me to. They had more options, I guess, in band. So they had, the damn bass drum, which I hated, and they had some other things you could play. But the introduction to my coolness was when I was in high school, and I got to play the quads. Man, they strapped those quads on me in the parades. Man, that was the thing for me, because to me that was cool as a drummer to play that. But in the meantime, though, don't get me wrong, I was playing drums in church. I could barely reach the pedal of the kick drum. That's how long I was playing when I started playing drums. I remember I could barely, even reach the kick drum. And I remember the pastor telling my aunt, "Oh, just let the boy go up there and play." They would let me just play, and then I, of course, was in band then, but I was learning how to play the whole set. Nobody taught me how to play the whole set. That was something that, me being on the drum set, I learned, and it was amazing. But like I said, as a drummer, you don't get the privilege in the beginning to play the whole set that's behind me right here. You only are playing the individual little percussion instruments that they're teaching you music theory about, and I think that's one reason too, even with cadences, with drum rhythms, why I'm so good with it. Even with vocals, like if you go listen once again, I'm not trying to sell my record, but I'm trying to sell my record. Now, if you go listen to my records and you listen to my vocal cadences, you'll see that my cadences come from being a drummer. The way I arrange my vocals and all that come from me being a drummer, and I thank the universe for that experience, and I thank the man upstairs for that experience, and my aunt who invested that time in me. I was raised by women, so I wasn't raised by no men. So I appreciate the women in my life that invested that energy into believing in me as something in the future to be somebody of importance, and therefore it put me into the space I'm in and all the cool opportunities I've had, and working for Warner Brothers as a staff writer producer, and working with all the cool people I've written and produced and worked with or toured with. And so when I get on here, I get on YouTube with humbleness. I get on YouTube because I love just doing this. Like, even if the camera wasn't on, I'd be here in the studio doing this. I've been doing this all my life. This is all I know. Um, Music is all I know. I don't know anything else. Uh, well, wrong. Music and martial arts. Those are the two things I know. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And so those are the things I've done all my life, and my passion is real. And even at 54, I feel every morning I wake up, I feel like I just started doing this. So if you see my excitement on my videos and you hear how I talk and you just hear my passion and everything I do, it's because I love this. Even when I'm on tour and I'm talking to people after my shows and I perform, if I'm overseas, I spend time talking to people because I love that people love what I do. So I respect that they are taking the time to listen to my music and to buy my music. So I give them my time, right? So I'm a lover of peace and love, and I am a lover of great music, and I'm a lover of teaching people what I know, what I've learned through my 40 years of being in the entertainment industry, not trying to be in it, not hoping to be in it, but I'm one of those guys that's been behind the scenes of a lot of records that you probably never even knew that were written or arranged, and I was a part of the team that did it. And we'll get into that in future videos. Uh, I'll tell some of my story. But to just give you some insight, a little bit of some of the people that I have been a spark to their careers in their life is the artist Neo. Uh, his real name is Schaefer, and he's from Las Vegas. And back in 1994, 95, I put together a group. Well, I'll say this: I had this group in Illinois. I had this group called Envy, and I put together 5 guys in Illinois, and because I come from a group, and so we won all these talent shows. The young guys I put together, we took every talent show in Illinois because by my instructions of me being in a group from back in the day. So I implemented all those things and taught them dance, production, writing, and arranging. And then I left Illinois to come to the West Coast working for Warner Brothers. I put together another group, and the first member of that group was called. His name was Corey Clark. If you remember that whole American Idol scandal, the dude that supposedly slept with Paula Abdul, the reason why he got kicked off the show. I had him. He was the first artist in the group, and I had him, and he had some other friends, and Schaefer, aka Neo, was one of the guys in the group that I had when I put together the group that's called Envy from Las Vegas. So my buddy, rest in peace, his name was David Wallace. He was a former police officer at that time, and I was a young dude then. I think I was like 24, and Neo them. I think they were honestly maybe 14 and 15. Had to be about 14 and 15. They were young guys, and my buddy stole the group from me. There was a meeting that I set up with some people in LA, and he took the guys to the meeting because I couldn't go. Sorry, you guys. He took the guys to trying to find my water um, to the meeting. By the time he made it back to Vegas, the group wasn't mine anymore. And and so him being a police officer at that time, uh, he let me know if I make a big deal about it or try to take the group back, that it was going to be problems for me. The real story of my life. My life is so crazy, dynamic that you wouldn't believe some of the stories in my life. It sounds like a movie, but it's a true story. Uh, Schaefer, aka Neo, his whole inception of the music industry started from that group that I put together. I had them in that group called, like I said, Envy. If you go look up on Apollo, you'll see them there. Envy. That was my group. I created the group. That was the name. I had the name. I owned the name, and my buddy stole the group and ran with it, and the rest was history. But I could get deeper with that. But let's just say this: he went to try to take Neo to court later on, and it kind of, in a way, backfired. And and my name was mentioned. Let's just say that, okay? So that was my artist, and I can keep naming tons of other artists from Las Vegas that I was involved with their careers, with them getting a record deal, me producing their record, me putting their group together, and the list goes on. Like I was behind a lot of artists' careers that you probably wouldn't believe, or I'm involved with a lot of artists you don't even realize that I'm involved with, either the business. They consult with me, major artists. They fly right here to Vegas. They come right here in the studio. They sit with me and they ask my advice. So my 40 years of the music industry comes from earning it. I didn't get it. I didn't pay for it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a Temu music industry experience packet and then get on here and start talking like I know what I'm talking about. I've lived it. I've been in it. My first record deal was back in the 80s. I was with a group called Trey. We were managed by Dick Scott Entertainment. We were on the road and touring with the New Kids on some of the biggest shows that they were doing. New Kids, Perfect Gentleman, Brenda K. Starr. Man, I forgot that girl, that the singer. Oh God, what was her name? Ah, God. Anyway, and Maury Starr was going to produce our album. Like I said, the group was called Trey, and we were managed by Dick Scott Entertainment. They were managing everybody back then. The new Kids on the Block had the biggest tour back during that time. I was able to have those experiences at a young age. Okay. So one thing led to the other, and all the relationships that I have in this business come from the start of that back in the day. And what I did was, because I knew how it worked, I continued to start myself as I got older helping other artists that were trying to make it in the music industry. So I would take them, put them in the studio. I have my connections, call LA or call New York, say, hey, I got this demo. Okay, Stone, no problem. Fly in or send us the demo, because I always had those connections to be able to make those calls. And then I was a producer for Grand Jury Warner Brothers. Like when I tell you that my history goes way, way back, man. Um, I'm not tooting my own horn, but when I tell my stories, people are amazed that don't know me. But if you guys are not familiar with Mike Concepcion, I suggest you go look him up. Anytime you saw the hip hop forum with Russell Simmons on the East Coast, they always had Mike Concepcion from the West Coast. Um, and a lot of people go, "Who's Mike Concepcion?" You remember him? He'd be in the wheelchair, but he's a powerhouse in the music industry. He's responsible for a lot of artists. Um, took Dr. Dre over to Interscope Records. If it wasn't for Mike, that history of that wouldn't have happened. He got Teddy Riley that deal with him in Blackstreet with Interscope Records, and the list goes on. I mean, we can keep going. Mike's history just goes on and on. But I was privy to be signed to Mike as a staff writer, producer, and I learned a lot from Mike because before Mike, I had already been in the business. But I remember when Mike first signed me, he told me to forget everything I know because he was going to reprogram me. And I thought that was interesting. And imagine saying that to a young dude who thinks he knows everything. Because at the time, I thought I knew everything, right? So, but it was a humbling experience because he told me, I want you to forget everything you think you know because I'm going to reprogram you, right? And I remember him, we were working on a remix of the Rugrats movie and it was the "Take Me There" remix. And I remember that he called Teddy Riley, and he had Teddy on the phone, and he introduced Teddy Riley to me. He said, "This is one of my new producers." And we were talking about because Teddy had done that. Maya was on that song in Blackstreet. For those of you that remember that, you remember that song. And the production team that I was a part of, the remix we did made the soundtrack. It was a Michael Jackson remix, with used the Jackson 5 remix that was used. Our Grand Jury Entertainment, that was a production company I was part of. So being a part of that opened up another door. So here's cycles, right? One situation, I never stopped. I put together the group back in the day I was in that led to the deal with the New Kids on the Blocks manager. I met him at a teen club and I gave him my demo. I'll never forget that. Gave him my demo. And then that led to one situation, which led to another situation. And even with me being in the Rick James Stone City Band, it's like different levels. Life will present you. But when you're lined up right, life will continue to give you, the universe will give you all these great things because you're operating in a way of respect, integrity, and you love what you do. Because the universe only knows what you put out. It's not biased. It's not biased on black people, white people. It only gives you what energy you put out. So if you put out negative energy, your life becomes negative. If you put out positive energy and success, it's going to keep giving you that. So I've always aligned myself up with successful people. Never been a drinker, alcohol, never smoked weed, none of that. Like literally, my whole life has been no kids, none of that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because now I kind of wish I had taken the time to have some kids through the years, because they would have been chilling with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I didn't have any kids. But I've raised 6 kids in relationships, and they turned out great young men, right? But never any of my own, because I dedicated my life to this music thing, like I am still to this day. So when you hear my music, you hear all of that. I swear, you hear my music, you will become addicted because it's real, and I'm coming from a real place, um, spiritually. So you hear that in my music and everything I do. So that's why when you see me on YouTube, you might hear me talking a little crazy sometimes, and you try to figure out, man, what is Stone talking about? He's speaking in metaphors. I'm always speaking with messages to somebody. I'm always saying something with a message, hidden message in it to somebody to pick up. And usually that somebody, they usually know who they are. But um, I listen, man, I appreciate all those that have tuned in. It's been some incredible people I've met on here. And I appreciate my brother DL too. Hey, wait a minute. Now, is this DL DL? Is this DL? I don't know if this DL that had your MPC channel. Is this that DL or is this a different DL? Either way it goes, brother. Listen, I appreciate the energy. And you're right. It's never too late to have kids. Trust I need to leave something. I need to have somebody to leave my legacy and these catalogs behind too. So you're right. Those have been thoughts that have been in my head, and that's why you guys got to watch this show coming to MTV. This is gonna you guys gonna be like Stone, but I'm gonna be like, hey man, hey man, DL1, okay, DL1. Yeah, like Mystique says, yeah, I've always been behind a lot of people, and if you guys only knew, and I'm always helping new people. I mean, people hit me up all the time. I'm the CEO of a distribution company called Brand Artist Coalition. We distribute a lot of artists. We help artists get their music out. We try to make sure that being able to release your music price wise should be reasonable, right? So I am the CEO of a distribution company called Brand Artist Coalition. So my whole life has not just been about me trying to be in the limelight or me, singing or me chasing the girls. It's never been. My whole thing is really about spirituality and healing people through music. But I've dedicated most of my life to helping people. Honestly, I have my record label here in Vegas, which I still have, and probably 15 years of me having that label. I started that label back in '94. And 15 years I took away from my own career to help other people. For 15 years, I didn't put no records out. I was helping other artists. And this is why I don't feel so bad now if I don't sign any artists. I usually tell artists, listen, I'll show you how to get things popping, but I'm not managing nobody and I'm not signing nobody. That's usually what I tell them. But I help you. I help you and show you how to do what you need to do, or you can consult with me. But I've dedicated so much of my life to helping other people. Now I'm all about really loving myself and helping Stone Paxton. And I'm still helping a lot of celebrities who call on me too. But they usually pay me for my time. So I don't, I don't worry about that too much. I'm just thankful that those kind of artists come to me and they ask for my advice and ask for my help, right? Um, in October, I was supposed to be in the studio with Kool and the Gang. We just had a conference call last night, a meeting. Me and Muhammad Moretta. They're about to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in October. I think I will be there with them if I decide to fly out when they go. But they'll be here in Vegas. I'll be doing a session with them for this new company that I represent called Session Wire. So I don't know if they're going to be here. They're supposed to come here, but if not, we'll be in another studio and I'll be in the studio with them. But just to show you the kind of people that call on me, or the kind of people that I'm fortunate to be able to work with, and the kind of people that consult with me. I'm always honored. And so you see me get on this YouTube. I don't have to. I could turn my camera off and never get on YouTube. But like I said, I get on YouTube because I love what I do and I like to share with people my experience. And I like to, and another thing, I like to really show my OGs who are trying to do music that we're never too old. It's never too it's never too late to get in this business. Never. Don't let nobody fool you. Women, men, I don't care who you are. It's never ever a late time to get in this business. Don't let nobody fool you and tell you that it's too late to get in this business because they're a liar. You understand what I'm saying? It's never too late. Um, this business has so much opportunity in it, and you wouldn't know unless you're deep into it. You can write your own narrative with your life, your future, the direction you're going in your career. Yeah. Oh, listen, DL, man, let me tell you something. This single, oh my God, when you hear this single, oh, it's gonna blow your mind, man. I wish that I could share, but the time will come and I'll do a video and we'll talk about it. I'll share it. But oh man, this song is so interesting and so cool, man. And they're actually gonna perform it at the induction of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in October. But I want to inspire. I'm here to inspire, man. And that's why I say my age all the time. For those of you that watch my YouTube channel, I always talk about my age, and I only do that for a reason because I want to show guys my age. You can be 54 and still be doing what you love to do. Like you can still be an artist, you can still be singing. Women, if the record's right, women are gonna navigate to it. If you're talking about something, women are gonna navigate to it. If you got a swag, women are gonna love on it. So as long as you got women who love great music, singers. you have no issues. Rappers, if you're rapping about some good stuff and it relates to the women, you're gonna win. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as we have women, R&B artists, R&B producers, it's never over with. It's never over with. That whole term of it's not over with till the fat lady sings. That's a crazy metaphor, but I mean it's true. It's not over until you decide that it's over. That's pretty much what that means. It's not over until you decide it's over because not every fat woman can sing. So how about that? So that's a metaphor within itself, right? I'm here to inspire you guys. You know what I mean? That's it. If you go back and watch my channel and see how long it goes back, you'll see that my passion is real. I'm not on here to hurt anybody. I get people saying crazy shit in my comments sometimes. Not here, but on some of my videos. And thank you, brother DL. Thank you. Yeah, and I got that record with D Shot and Keek the Sneak coming out too, and I got some other records I'm doing with Mila J and tons of other people. But I usually like to talk about it when it happens. I don't like to talk about it prematurely. But we can do anything we want to do, right? I've been a Buddhist now for honestly almost 30 years now. I've been a Buddhist. And so, black folks think when they say Buddhist, they think I worship a statue. I don't worship a statue. It's a symbolic thing in Buddhism, right? But the meditation of Buddhism and understanding has taught me to know how to not hold on to anything, right? Like this here, this is material. This is material. In Buddhism, we believe um, that you don't conform to being attached to anything. So when you hear that term that a lot of black folks use, they'll say and will say it is what it is. That's actually a term that comes from Buddhism, because in Buddhism we say it is what it is. There is no good, there is no bad. It just is. And when you understand isms and you understand it just is, then that means to leave it as is. That means, like, I don't say that you're a bad person, nor do I say you're a good person. I don't say anything. I don't look at you as bad. I don't look at you as good. But as soon as I start looking at you as a good person, as soon as you do something bad, then I'm disappointed. So that's why you don't look at nobody as a bad person, nor do you look at them as good. You don't give them. You don't put no title on none of it. You don't love something overly caught up in it. You got to be willing to let it go. If somebody came here today and said, Stone, I want that, and would I be willing to say, go ahead and take it? Would I be willing? Right? Probably not. But the spirit of that is what you got to live by. You have to be able to let go of material things. If something breaks, if something happens, and you got to be able, because as soon as you let go is when you really, really live. That's when the living really happens. That's when you start living, when you let go indefinitely. Okay. And that's my life. I'm a Buddhist. I get up, I meditate every day. I chant and meditate every day. I treat people good. I really work on treating people the way I like to be treated. Now, don't get me wrong. Us Buddhists, we cuss a little bit here and there. I'm not that type of person that like using a lot of bad words, but we're still men and we're still women. We still say what we got to say. But for the most, I am conscious of where I put my hands, where I put my eyes, where I put my voice. I don't cause fights with people. I don't cause arguments with people. I don't. I try not to project any energy I don't want to come back. But when you live in that light, also the darkness is yin and yang. You can't have darkness without light, light without darkness, right? So you learn how to create a balance, and you understand that every day you're a work in progress, just like being a Christian. You're a work in progress. Every day is a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. But what I love about Buddhism is the understanding and meditating to create uh, more understanding and discernment and atonement so that you're able to pick up on things without even knowing. There's just times I know stuff that I shouldn't even know, and I do. You know what I'm saying? And musically, it's helped me as well. Like spiritually, musically, it has helped me as well, you guys. So those are the things I'm sharing a little bit about myself. So when you see this thing on TV, you're like, man, Stone, I've been on watching him on YouTube, man. So, Stone, what you doing, man? I'm sharing a little bit of my life. Sometimes when you share a little bit of your life, open that up, you do open it up for people to judge you. But hell, I've been judged all my life being in the entertainment industry, so it's nothing new to me. I just wanted to be a real person and share some of the real experiences that other people might be going through, and they can't share this. They don't have the opportunity to be on TV, national, international, and share some of their life. So if my story can help somebody and they can see it and be like, okay, that's deep. I mean, wow, I can't believe he's showing his life on TV. Um, Make you understand how all of us are connected in one way or the other spiritually. We're all connected. We just have to teach each other how to be better people spiritually, and better people godly. You feel what I'm saying? So these are the things that make me who I am. If you met me, I'm the same person on this side of that camera as I would be on that side of that camera. I love people. I love good people. I love genuine people. I don't love bullshitters. None of us do, right? Uh, hey, what up, Kalani? Kalani. My niece is on there. Hey, Kalani. Um, so I love all people. I'm a representation of my community. I'm a representation of my mother. I'm a representation of my father, but more so, I'm a representation of the spirit world. Because when this body leaves, we all go back to the spiritual element. So I am a huge representation of the spirit element, and I know that, and so I operate in that. So if you ever met me in person, you know what I'm saying, I don't hug much because I don't like touching energies, you know what I'm saying, because I don't know what people worship and what kind of negative stuff they got on them. So if you meet me, if I don't hug you, don't take it personal. But I bow. I've been bowing all my life. I might not hug you, but it doesn't mean I don't love you and that I'm not fond of the fact that you're coming up to me saying, because I was in Whole Foods. First of all, I was at a mall and I was walking, and this dude kept following me, right? And it was me and Mystique, and this guy was following. I turned around and I asked her, I said, "Is that dude following me?" She said, "Yeah, he's following us." So I let him follow me around the mall for a minute. Then I turned around and said, "My man," I said, "Bro, what you doing, man? Why you following me?" He said, um, uh, are you Stone Paxton?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "But why you follow me?" He said, "Oh, I didn't know you live here." So it's like that was cool, but it's all part of that element. You understand what I'm saying? It comes with the territory, with all this. So when you shine, when your light is so powerful, you have a tendency to attract people on the spiritual element to where people want to be around you. And so I think he reached out to touch my hand, and I was like, I just, was like, yeah, sorry, my man, I don't shake hands. I felt bad, but he understood. He didn't take it personal. So if you meet me and I don't shake your hand, don't take it personal. Trust me. If I don't hug you, it doesn't mean I don't. Like I said, I'm not fond of the fact that you came up to me and acknowledged me. It just means that I'm careful. We all should be careful with submerging our energies with people because we don't know what people are praying to. We don't know what negative energy. We don't know what karma they have because do believe people carry karma from person to person. Best believe that. So you got to be careful with the people that you engage yourself with, and you got to be careful who you engage with spiritually, relationship, marriages, friendships, and who you just come in contact with. So I just don't, you know what I'm saying. But man, listen, man, you guys made my day today. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I logged on, I didn't know if one or two or four people would log on here. But I mean, man, I appreciate the love, man. You guys are so awesome. Um, and if you want me to come back on here and do more lives, just comment in the bottom, yes, or do more lives. And look at me with this. I'm looking at the jacket. I'm next time I'm covering my arms up, y'all. I just ran down here to do this, but um, yeah, just comment below. Yes, don't do more lives, and I'll do more. as per your request, as well as my publicist. Listen, I love you guys, man. I know you don't know me, but I love giving love to people. I love you guys. And man, I'm looking forward to you guys enjoying my music, this new album that's coming out too, as well. And also your opinions on the show, because I know you're all going to get back on here and be looking for me to answer questions or to leave comments. But I hope you enjoy it, man. Maybe I'll log on tomorrow around this time. I don't know what time it is, but I took a chance on logging on today. And that was cool, man. This was cool. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me, you guys. You guys are super duper incredible, man. Give yourself a round of applause, man. I love you guys, man. You took time out of your schedule to come and hang with me, Stone Paxton Music and Life. And I love you guys for that. And who is that? Lillian. Hi, Lillian. I'm sorry you came to the party late, but it's all good. Hey, give us some Rick James style bless up. Yes. Right on, Lillian. I just saw your comment, Lillian. I'm sorry I didn't see it. Um, Blessings from the Rick James Stone City Band. If the fellas was here, they'd say the same thing. So I'm gonna say blessings. Yeah, DL, thank you, family. Thank you for everybody that is tuned in. I might do this a couple times a week, maybe every other day. I don't know. Don't hold me on it. But when you see me pop up, when you see that Stones Live, come in, show me some love, bring some food, sit down with some popcorn, listen to stories as I create some music, man. I also have a podcast that I'll be posting for all of those that have subscribed. I have a podcast. I talk about some pretty deep stuff. So tune in, keep the love, hold me up, man. Like I'm gonna hold you guys up. Hold me up. Pray for me for those that pray. Keep me in your prayers. And I love you guys, man. Peace and love and blessings. I check you guys out on the next one. Stone Packs of Music and Life, you guys. And I'm out. I'll let this play out. But I'm gonna catch you maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I might log on tomorrow. I think I will log on tomorrow. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right? Peace.